Hello friends, and welcome again to the Singer Studio. Okay, so this video is the next in a series of videos that are designed to replicate the experience of studying at a music conservatory. This video is all about how you work with your teacher. In the last video, we talked about finding a teacher. In this video, we're going to talk about how to work with your teacher. Well, to recap, all teachers should be one-to-one, either in person or online, but one-to-one. Or with a pianist, if you want to go through some repertoire, that's great. We need to be comfortable with the presence of the other. So online, it's very easy to develop a rapport, but if you're in the same room as the other person, you have to be comfortable, because the singing student professional teacher relationship can be very intense. You're going to explore a lot of very personal and emotional ideas, so make sure you're comfortable. The process of learning to sing is basically the process of learning to vocalize emotions. So at first, the focus will be on actual physical, technical production of sound. We're going to be talking about breath. We're going to be talking about posture, so-called support, and how the voice resonates, etc. But you need to understand that the end result is just vocalizing those emotions through song. The teacher, as I said in the last video, should engineer a very positive atmosphere. It should be the singer studio should be a place that you want to go to, that you feel good there, positively working. If your teacher is somebody who studies a particular school of singing or a vocal method, then make sure you understand that method completely. There are, as I've said in the previous videos, there are positives and negatives. The best teacher is one with the widest range of knowledge. But if you study with a teacher who himself studied under a particular vocal school and that school suits you, then you're going to prosper. Because if you're not, you're not. So do your research before you go to your lessons. Always turn up for your lesson on time. Again, this is non-negotiable. Always have energy. If you have a singing lesson the next day, prepare yourself the day before. You go in there to learn. You go in there awake. Always record the lesson. If a singing teacher doesn't want you to record the lesson, there's something wrong with that singing teacher. Nowadays, with our mobile phones, we have incredible recording devices. So use those devices, record the lesson. What I do with my lessons, because I have lessons, is I will record the lesson and I will take out a lot of the talking and I will distill my lesson into maybe a 20-minute series of exercises, and I will sing those exercises almost daily between one lesson and the next. So you may have found yourself a legendary singing teacher, and you might be really excited to work with this teacher. And you may think that by being accepted into that singer studio, you have completed your dreams and everything is going to happen for you. It's not. The teacher will give you music to learn. He'll suggest pieces, or she will suggest pieces. And if you don't learn those pieces, well, what are you doing? Firstly, it allows the teacher to understand that you're probably not worth bothering with. And secondly, the teacher isn't suggesting that piece because he likes the piece. He's suggesting the piece because alongside the vocal exercises that you're working with him, that piece will make you a better singer. So learn the music that the teacher gives you and discuss this with your teacher. Don't talk too much in a lesson. You may think the teacher is really interested in what you did last weekend. You may think that the teacher is interested in your views on politics or what TV program or film you've watched, but you're paying that teacher for his time. The teacher will talk. You may think that you may get frustrated that the teacher breaks every 5 minutes and has a minute talk. Normally singing teachers do this because they want to give you a chance to rest. They want to give you a chance to understand or to digest what we've just been working on. They may want to scramble your brain a little bit to stop you thinking so much about your voice. So allow the teacher to talk. I once had a very famous singing teacher in Germany who told the same anecdotes every lesson, but she did it on purpose. She wasn't just wanting to share these anecdotes. She wanted to get me mentally in a state to be able to receive her wisdom. If the teacher asks you to learn music and you learn other music, well, the teacher might not want you to learn that music. And if you take that music and the teacher says, this is too much for you, or you're not ready to sing this, respect that. Most voices at music school get ruined not by teachers, but by singers themselves trying to sing pieces that are unsuitable for their vocal development. Be respectful. There are two sorts of singing teachers. There are singing teachers that have achieved a lot through their singing and then turn to teaching. And there are singing teachers who, through a love of singing and teaching, are teaching. Whatever teacher you have, they have probably achieved far more than you have. And they've probably sung in different places or taught incredible singers. So always be respectful of your teacher. If you've decided that that teacher is for you, then really show the respect of everything I've already said, being on time, learning your music, giving attention, etc. But don't worship your teacher. We all know singing teachers at the music conservatories who have their disciples. A singing teacher is simply a human being like the rest of us. And whilst the very best of them seem to have knowledge that we can't quite fathom, or they seem to have the ability to diagnose and solve vocal problems that can be often mind-blowing, they're still human beings. They can still get it wrong. If your teacher has too big an ego, that's a problem. I think I said that in the last video. So be respectful, be kind, be understanding, but understand as well that it's your life that we're dealing with here. So if the teacher, you feel it isn't actually going as well as you think it should go, don't rush into things, but make a value judgment at all times. Now, this is really important, money. When you're at music school, your lessons are paid for you by the college. But when you're a private student or an amateur or a young professional, you're paying your singing teacher, or you should be. Never haggle. The singing teacher will always have a sliding scale, or will normally have a sliding scale, and the fee that they have offered to you is the fee that they want to be paid. Singing teachers can't teach that much. It's very tiring teaching. If the singing teacher is worth the fee that you are paying him or her, happy days. Don't make the teacher feel guilty for money. If you can't afford the singing lessons, speak to the singing teacher. If the singing teacher decides that you are worthy of his or her time anyway, they will still teach you. I myself have been in the recipient of incredible kindness by a legendary singing teacher who could have picked and chosen any student in the world. Speak to your singing teacher at all times. Above all, you need to develop a very professional attitude, as all my videos are putting out with your teacher, and you need to be able to work with this teacher. You need to understand that that teacher exists for you solely as a mentor, hopefully. I'm going to talk about mentorship in a later video, and as a vocal instructor to improve your chances of having a wonderful life singing. Do everything you can to get the best out of that singing teacher. And above all, work. Daily practice, work. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, as I said, this is part of a series of videos about the whole art of how to sing from the standpoint of a student learning. There's lots of other videos. I'm starting this channel. We're going to be talking to famous singers, famous conductors, famous coaches. I've got that lined up. I've got a Facebook group that I am about to start, or maybe it's already started. Please get involved there. Anything you want to talk about with me personally, you can message me via Facebook, via the group. Get involved. I'm doing these videos purely because after 34 years of being a professional singer, I really want to share what knowledge I've got. I love singing. I love this art form. So if you like this, please like, share, get involved. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.